Okay, here is an update tutorial on how to use the Ck12 resources. It's been a lot of exciting updates and it's so much easier. If you've noticed, I'm already signed in to Ck12. I've logged in. So once you log in, you can go to the dashboard, click here. And now you see our dashboard. The tabs have been streamlined where you have dashboard, groups, and library. So if I click to library, it manages all the resources that I have in my library. Now you may not have any of these resources and that's okay. So the first thing you need to do if you want to create a flexbook or textbook, you search for content. So I'm going to search for content involving systems of equations. That's what I will be teaching next. Now, if I see something that I like that's interesting concerning systems of equations, if you notice here, there are different ways you can sort activities, whatever, assessments, systems of equation and inequality practice, counting method. So let's say you may want systems of equations counting method. And I will click and open that. Now I may want this, I may like this particular resource. First thing we do now, if this is what we like, we add it to our library. We're building the library before we actually create the Flexbook. So you would continue with your searches until you build your library. So continue searching. Now let's say I'm finished searching. I'm going to my library. Now I want to create my new Flexbook having to do with systems of equations. So if I want to create a new Flexbook textbook, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to title it Systems of Equations. Systems of Equations textbook. So I've entitled it. Now I can go and I can add the content. So I can search. So let's just say I would just go ahead and save it here. Not add any content. Let's just save the title. Okay. Now there's nothing there. So if I want to add from it, it's easy to go to the library you've created where you save things in your library. Okay. And from your library, here, this is the textbook. Okay. It's nothing in it. But let's go to this resource, the read. This is a read resource from the library. So let's open that. And so now I want to add that to my Flexbook textbook. So I'll go to Add Flexbook Textbook. Now I'm going to choose the book that I've just opened, which was Systems of Equations. So I have to find that particular book. If you notice, I have several books. For you, you probably won't have very many at all. And it looks like it's in alphabetical order. So it's the Systems of Equations, and I believe I had Systems of Equations textbook at the end. So I will just find the one, but for you, it will not be a problem at all because you only have one. So I'm just going to save it into this book. Okay, Systems of Equations, and hit OK. So I've added it from my library to my book. So let's just go back to the library. I may want something else from my library added to the book. So we have systems of equations, two unknowns. These are all read modalities. Systems of equations Jeopardy link. So systems of equations, let me just add this one. This is of equations and equalities. Let me see if that's the same one I just had. Notice accounting method, two unknowns, equation equalities. Let me just open that for that one. So once that's open and I explore it, I can add it. I'll look and see, okay, this is what I want. Let me just add this to my Flexbook textbook and find systems of equations, which this is what I added it to earlier. This is the one I created. So you may have several books here. So you just decide where you want to add it. So I just added to this one. Okay. So if you notice here, that's already in our book. So we just go to the library tab. It's not a lot of different tabs anymore. So this is the one I want to edit and make my own. So this has resources. If I wanted to say add a resource and attach my own notes, I can upload files from my desktop or from my computer. So I'm going to upload systems of equation notes. So I found it on my computer. I have my own notes that I'm adding to my Flexbook. That is right here. It's been added. So I'll go back to the Read tab. I can go ahead and edit. So let's say let's open it first. Once we open it, we can go ahead and edit this publication. So we can edit this information here in color. We can't edit this though. This is the links. When we had save it, then we add it to our book. We can edit these links. So I will save changes. So if I wanted to edit the links, then I would go here, systems of equations in two variables, and guess what I would do? I would add that system of equations with two variables here, or two unknowns. I would just click here on the read modality, and I can just add that to the textbook if that's what I would like, to my textbook that I've chosen, Systems of Equations textbook. Okay, and it's been added to edit. Okay, so let's just look at what it looks like from the library. Back to the library. This is our Systems of Equations textbook. If you notice, I have two chapters here. So, and I open it up to edit. Once I hit the edit button, I'm able to make all my changes.